You'll get all the tirades and rants in these videos, my friends. You guys seemed to really enjoy this the last time we did it, so I thought I would do another one. Today we're just going to do a get ready with me while talking about new makeup releases. Last time I did this, it was the first time I did it, and honestly it's kind of hard to do both things at once, so bear with me. But it was a lot of fun, and like I said, you guys seem to enjoy it. So let's go ahead and do the YouTubey things. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and let's get into it. So you zoomed in, and I'm just going to put a full face of makeup on while talking about new makeup releases. As I said, I'm not going to talk about the products that I'm using, etc., because otherwise this video will just be like 3 hours long. But everything that I'm going to use on my face, etc., today will be linked down below in the description box. But I am going to use the Sydney Grace Cross Mel Thompson Tiny Marbles palette today because I haven't used it in a little while and it's one of my favorites. And then I'm going to go on different Instagram accounts, so if I'm looking down, etc., that's why, so that we can talk about the new releases. And I will also link all of the Instagram accounts that I look at in my description box for you as well. So let's start off with this one. And actually this one I am really excited about, and it's actually the first ColourPop release is what I'm trying to spit out there that I have been excited for in a very long time, and this is the new Stone collection. So this literally just got released this morning as I am filming, and it is the Set in Stone and Twist of Slate eyeshadow palettes, and they look amazing. I mean, to be fair, I really only like, or no, I like the look of both of them, but I've got my eye more so on the Twist of Slate palette because, I mean, we know I love a cool tone. We know I love a cool tone, but I also like the cool tones in here. They look slightly different. I could be wrong because you could see this in person and like the swatches or like the shades, etc., are just like really generic. Sometimes I find like photos can make shadows look a little bit more unique than they actually are, and vice versa. Sometimes you can see photos of palettes and you're like, well, that's incredibly boring. But then you get it in person and you're like, oh wow, this is really beautiful and stunning. I like the look of the lip creams too. I wonder if they're like super drying, because I know sometimes ColourPop lip products can actually be quite drying. So 10 shades in each of the eyeshadow palettes and then 4 lip creams. I would say it gets released this week. Yeah, I'm intrigued. I'm definitely intrigued by this Twist of Slate palette, and I may pick it up. I'm not certain, not 100% certain, but I may pick it up. Gucci have released I'm not even going to pronounce the name of it, liquid lip and then a liquid eyeliner. So it says it dries down to a transfer-proof matte finish once applied. So clearly the trend is that liquid mattes are coming back. I'm not kind of sure how I feel about that. It definitely takes me back to 2016, 2017 makeup days. And it takes me back to extremely dry lips. I never actually could get into liquid lips because I just could never really get them to work well for me. I am someone, as you know, that likes a very fuss-free kind of like lip product through the day, and I need it to be comfortable, and I also need it to be easy to reapply because I don't find liquid lips, no matter the formula. I've even tried the Maybelline like Superstay ones, and I know everyone always talks about how long lasting and budge proof they are, but they don't even last on me. So I think I drink too much coffee. So yeah, I don't know if I would be, I'd rather pick up a Gucci lipstick. I've never tried anything from Gucci before. I'd rather pick up a Gucci lipstick before I pick these up, but I will say there's a couple of shades in here that look really nice, like a couple of those like pinky nudie shades that look so pretty. So maybe if I saw them in person for some reason, or I see like the reviews are really good and the reviews like are saying that they're like a comfortable matte formula, maybe I'd consider it, but we'll see. At the moment it's just like, you know. Okay, this one, I've seen so many people raving about this, and I just am like, it's beautiful, don't get me wrong, like it is beautiful, but I'm also very much like, but it's nothing new, and it reminds me of Huda Beauty Desert Dusk. Every time I look at it, I just see Huda Beauty Desert Dusk, and I'm like, I already own it. What's the point? And this is the Artist Couture eyeshadow palette that they just released, and look, don't get me wrong, it's beautiful. It is a beautiful palette, especially if you love those like sunsetty tones like that and those like purple vibes. But I just already own this in the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette. so I'm not excited by it. But I also haven't tried the Artist Couture formula, and like I say this like I already own it, why would I need it? But like I want his, like, is it the very first like nude palette he released? Like I still want that palette because everyone was talking about how good the formula is, but yeah, I own like a million neutral shadows. So yeah, I think it's because I wouldn't wear these like purple tones and stuff like that on the everyday, these warm like orangey purple tones. I don't wear them on the everyday, whereas like a more just like across the board neutral palette I would wear consistently. So I get a bit fussier when it comes to like colorful palettes, or even just like slightly more colorful palettes. The amount of makeup revolution. Trend Mood must have gotten paid so much money to advertise every single Makeup Revolution new release, right? Because holy dooly, the amount of Makeup Revolution. Something that I'm kind of interested in, I think I had a look at the ingredients of this particular one as well, and I think it doesn't have coconut in it, and I might be able to actually like try it, and that is the new Rare Beauty Light Tinted Moisturizer Broad Spectrum. I need to watch some reviews on this first and just see kind of like what people are comparing it to. I can't remember if I've actually watched a review of this already. Has anyone got a review? Have I watched a review of this? Anyway, as I fight with myself internally around this, I'm kind of intrigued by it a little bit, just because well, actually Rare Beauty really redeemed themselves with that cream bronzer stick for me. So now I'm like, okay, well maybe we could give Rare Beauty another go, because everything else I kind of hated. But I am intrigued, but I swear actually, as I'm saying this, I swear I saw maybe Patty Alonso or someone do a review of this, and I swear that I saw them say that it was like the Fenty Beauty Easy Drops, and as soon as they said that I was like, oh well then I would hate it, so there's no point. I'm not a massive light moisturizer gal, but I do have to admit that I seem to get more and more into light coverage foundation the older I get. It must be like an age thing or something, I don't know. I mean, I'm not being discriminatory towards age, but yeah, I never used to be into it, and then now all of a sudden my skin doesn't really take too well to foundation as much, so the joys of aging. But yeah, I'm not mad at that. Okay, this one, Dose of Colors. Dose of Colors is a brand that I have never bought from, but I'm intrigued by and would love to, because they had such a moment, right? Like with all the influencers, especially their liquid lips. Like I always wanted Dose of Colors lips, etc., because they had just this big moments. I realize now that a lot of the makeup I wanted so freakishly bad back in 2016, 2017, 2018 was really that height of the influencer phase, where people didn't really know with influencers that they were getting paid to promote products as much as that they were, and people really did trust influencers back then a lot more, like especially the bigger ones. Like remember there was like the big influencers and they would use all the same products, and obviously they were getting paid a lot of money, which I have nothing against sponsored posts as long as they are a genuine opinion and you actually like the product. But obviously back then they didn't. They were just like, yep, I'm getting a crap load of money, so let me do whatever I want. And people would just go, you know, buy all these things. And I feel like obviously since then, you know, people have kind of cottoned on to the ingenuity, is that the word? The ingenuineness is what I'm trying to say. I don't even know if that's a word, of some influencers, especially back in the day, and are a lot more like picky. But anyway, Dose of Colors had its heyday, and then all of a sudden it just kind of fell off, you know, like a lot of those kind of bigger brands that the influencers pushed back then. I don't know if it's because the brand's not any good or if it's because newer, shinier things came along, who really knows, but I know NYMPH did a collection with them, so they must still be good, right? Anyway, that was a very long rant about Dose of Colors. So they released two new eyeshadow palettes called Baked Browns and Baked Browns 2. They look pretty, but I don't know, like, are we at a point where we want to see something a little bit different from them? Because they did release like a heap of these, and I know that they got really good reviews, etc. And I know that people are, you know, into smaller palettes, but like I feel like I've kind of seen this from the brand in one form or another, so it doesn't really excite me in any way. Yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't excite me a whole lot. Enough to be intrigued to pick it up and buy it, you know what I mean? But they look very pretty, and they definitely look like something that you would get a lot of use out of, because they're the kind of tones that you would like use kind of every day. They're very pretty colors. I'm sure the quality is really good, but it's just, it really isn't anything special or enough for me to be like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and pick this up. I think too, like being in Australia, obviously we would have to buy this from the website and get it shipped, etc. And it always costs more and it takes a lot longer. So if I'm gonna buy from like a brand's website in particular and not be able to like wait for it to like come to one of our kind of stockists here in Australia, like it would have to be something that I was like super wowed by and super interested in. And yeah, this just doesn't kind of meet that mark, unfortunately. Now this one I am 100% buying, and I hope that it doesn't take 7,000 years to get to Australia, because we don't even have, like, the first one of these eyeshadow palettes came out when we finally got the brand, and then that was in like, I think it was September or October or something last year. And then it sold out instantly, and we've never had it restocked, even though the US has had it restocked since, but we've never had it restocked, and neither has Cult Beauty actually, which is interesting. But this is the Patrick Tar palette. This is the second one he's released. So this is, what's it called? Major Dimension 2 Rose Eyeshadow Palette. 100% want this, 100% tones I would use. Everyone really raves about his eyeshadow formula as well, and how good it is. And I like that he's got the 2 cream shadows in there. Everything about this I want, and I want the first one. Like if the first one and this one came out like tomorrow or right now, I would literally just go on and buy it because I really want to try his formula. Everyone raves about it. So I really want to try his sculpt, like bronze and contour sculpt things as well. When he came out in Australia, I was doing this whole like, no, I'm not going to buy things unnecessarily, like bit of a low buy kind of thing. And I should have just actually bought all his stuff like I kind of wanted to, because it's been out of stock ever since and never come back. I need to go actually watch Emily's review. I know she put that up this morning, so I will watch that after I've finished filming. Charlotte Tilbury also did her new Pillowtalk collection, and that just finally got released, and I just actually watched Britt Clark's review on that while I was putting my wig on. If you're new here and you're wondering why I wear a wig, I suffer from hair loss. What I'm trying to spit out here is she released, I think it was this beautiful highlighter, which I didn't realize the packaging for this highlighter was as beautiful as it was. I saw my girl Empty's Make Me Happy on Instagram. She got it, and oh my god, I was like, oh wow, I did not realize that this packaging for this highlighter was so stunning. But then Britt Clark just used it, and she said it really emphasized her texture, and you could kind of see in the video it did, so that's not great. But anyway, I'm not going to pick this up. It's not something I need. I would pick it up for the packaging. Like if I had endless amounts of money, or just like money to burn on like products, then yeah, for sure. But there's just other things I want a lot, like want to try a lot more than this, even though the packaging's stunning. So I'm not going to pick that up. And then Britt Clark almost sold me on the quad that she just released, the new quad, but again, I just don't need it, and I don't think it's something that I would use a hell of a lot. Like, and her quads are quite expensive. They're like 80 or 90 Australian dollars. And honestly, I'm really enjoying the Tom Ford quads at the moment, and I would rather spend an extra $40, which I know sounds like a lot, but I would rather save that and like save an extra $40 and get another Tom Ford quad, because I'm really enjoying collecting those and trying the different formulas out on those at the moment. So yeah, that's a no. But you know, I do hope she kind of, I don't mind the Pillowtalk stuff, but I also kind of hope she lets it go soon, because I'd like to see, it's like Nars. Like if you just let Orgasm go, or you just let Pillowtalk go, like what other creativity will come in there, you know, through the side that we could all enjoy. Let me know, are you guys gonna pick it up? Let me know if you're picking up any of these things I talk about, by the way. I really actually like hearing what you guys are buying and what you think. A lot of the times, I don't know if you guys realize this, but a lot of the times you will suggest things to me, and I actually will either put them on my list to pick up, or I will pick up just based off your recommendation. Please let me know what you think about these things down below. Also, if you're wondering what I did just put on my eyes, even though I said I wasn't going to talk about these things, that's this from Linda Holbeck. I don't know if she still has it, but I do have to admit, secret, well, not secret, but fun fact, Linda Holbeck was actually one of the first people to do Pat McGrath special shades. Like her formula, she's had it out. She brought that formula out like the very first time kind of thing that she brought out her brand, and I'm fairly certain, I could be wrong, and I know one of you will correct me if I am, that they came out before Pat's motherships, I think. or around the same time, where it was like they were obviously both working on the formulation at the same time, and they're very, very similar to Pat's, if not the same as Pat's Special Shades. So if you're looking for a cruelty-free version, Linda Hallberg is cruelty-free. Let's go ahead and move on to base because these eyes are done, which, side note, look how pretty they are. Into that. A brand that I was never that intrigued by or interested in, but has slowly like really increased my interest, let's say, is One Size, and they have just released blush trios. And oh, you know what I need to do? I need to zoom out a little bit. Apologies, I should have had this zoomed out, and I'm going to sit to the side a little bit more so that you can actually see the pics. I'm sorry, that was probably really awkward to do, being so zoomed in. Anyway, let's move on. One Size, so they released these blush trios, which is a 3D blush trio palette. And I believe it has, from the looks of this, now maybe I'm wrong, but from the looks of it, it has a cream, matte, and then shimmer, a cream blush, and then a matte powder blush and a shimmer powder blush in it. Maybe I'm wrong with that, but that's what it looks like to me. And then it also has a Shade and Bronze and Sculpt Trio palette, which I'm guessing is for bronzing and contouring, etc. And I'm super intrigued by these. Again, we haven't even got the Blur Balm in Australia yet. So who bloody knows when we will get these, but I would very much like to try them, and I will try them whenever I come across them. So yeah, they're a win. I like the little smiley faces they've got in there. That's adorable. That's a nice little touch, isn't it? Something that I would kind of like to be into, but I'm just kind of not, to be honest, because I really wouldn't get the use out of it. And I could see if you're a makeup artist, this is probably actually something that really is good value for you, but I'm not a makeup artist, so it wouldn't be worthwhile me picking this up. But I would if... This is one of those things that I think I would really love if I was like sent PR from the brand or something, you know, because you didn't pay for it because you didn't pay for it, but probably one of those products that you'd actually be like, oh, this is really cool. And that is the Fenty Beauty Sunstalker Bronze and Highlight Palette. So I say I wouldn't use it because obviously it's got like 5 shades of bronzer in there, and like obviously I am just one shade of bronze most of the year, to be honest with you. Sometimes I get a tan and that's about it. And so I really wouldn't use all of the other shades. I would use like 1, maybe 2 of these bronzers, sorry, and then I would use 1 of the highlighters, and then that's it. So I wouldn't get my use out of it. It wouldn't be worth it. However, I really like this bronzer from Fenty, and in my head I want to pick it up, but in reality I'm not going to because it's not realistic. But I don't mind that as a release, you know what I mean? It's not bad. Something that I am going to pick up is the Melt Cosmetics Gemini palette. So I never got Gemini 1. It's got greens in it. You know I love greens. So obviously I'm going to pick that up. But also I really like the look of Gemini 2. It also has greens in it, but I like those red tones. I want to pick both of these palettes up. They're gorgeous. And yeah, I just need to get around to ordering them. I'm hoping they don't sell out too quickly because I can't really pick them up straight away. So I hope they don't sell out like extremely quick. But I'm going to pick them up because they look amazing. And I really like the look of that mustard cream liner and that green one actually. So maybe I'll pick that up too. We'll see. But yeah, I'm hoping to be able to pick those up. I need to have a look. Are they limited edition? Oh, the gel liners are existing shades. Okay, that makes me happy. And then, yeah, okay. Yeah, so fingers crossed this doesn't sell out extremely quick and I can get my hands on it. That's what I'm hoping for. But I definitely like them. What do you think? I know that's not... A lot of people are like really hit and miss from Melt Cosmetics shadows, and I think a lot of you liked the Gemini palette from memory, or a lot of people did anyway, from what I remember. So can you let me know if you have the Gemini palette? Do you think it is actually worth picking up? Did you like the quality, etc.? Can you please let me know if you've tried it? Because if it is really bad, I guess I could go back and watch reviews. But if it is really bad, if you guys say that you don't like it, then I probably just won't get it because I trust your guys' opinion. But if you say that it's good, then maybe I'll pick it up. I tell you what, it looks like my skin looks so bad. And they're not even breakouts. These are like scars from the breakouts I got from the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Powder. And like I use vitamin C and everything, they just will not leave. Anyway, what else we got? Oh yes. Kylie Cosmetics. I really used to love Kylie's Cosmetics when it first came out. I used to really enjoy the releases, etc. And Now, not so much. I just feel like she kind of just, I feel like, I mean, her target audience is not me, let's be real. Her target audience is not a 32-year-old lady. So, you know, there's that. But I just feel like her kind of, ever since she changed, like, I just don't feel like the same kind of level of packaging is there, etc. And now the products just seem a bit boring and redundant and like same to me. So I used to think some of her stuff was really, you know, really good and like innovative, etc. Not so much anymore. But anyway, she's released another collection with Kendall Jenner. I think the eyeshadow palette is extremely boring. Is it all matte? I mean, that's not bad. I don't mind that it's all matte. I just don't like the there is a couple of shades, as I say this, I'm like, there is a couple of shades in there that I don't mind the look of, but I wouldn't buy this. What's her new eyeshadow formula like? Is this her first eyeshadow palette since she's gone to this new lab? Anyway, it's not for me. I don't mind the purple. I do actually appreciate that that's an all matte palette, and the blush, the cream quarter, whatever the hell it is, sure, but like, that's not going to suit every skin tone. So I really don't I really don't like it when brands come out with like face palettes and they don't come out with like a fair/light, medium/dark, and then like a deep/deep dark, like 4 palettes. Like, I just think we're at a point now where if you are going to release kind of face palettes, you need to be able to release it for all of the skin tones. Otherwise, just please don't even bother. It's not welcome. That's how I feel. Like, everyone keeps raving about, as a side note, that Charlotte Tilbury face palette that she released, I think like late last year. But I want to try it, but I'm not going to try it because she hasn't released it for everybody. So like, why? And she's such a big brand. Like, there's no reason why she can't. Anyway, don't even get me on that train. It really put me off her a lot. I do really like the quality of her brand, but I would really like to see her get more shade inclusive. It really bothers me. You'll get all the tirades and rants in these videos, my friends. Let's move on. Oh, okay, let's talk about this because I low-key, no joke, want this and high-key don't need it. Did I say that right? Is that, because I know the kids all say high-key and low-key these days and I don't know what the fuck they mean. Sorry for the swear language, but I don't know what they mean. Did I say them right? So this is the Dominique Cosmetics, what's it called? The Moment palette. I want it. I'm not gonna get it. Maybe I'll get it one day, but no, I'm not gonna get it right now. But I want it. I do. I want it. I really like the look of it. I don't need it in any way, shape or form. These photos on here on Trendread, I'll try and put one up from the actual brand. Oh, here we go. Here's a better one. It's got a khaki shade in it. You know I love khaki. I don't need this at all. It is nothing revolutionary whatsoever, but I really do want, I really want it. I really actually like the quality of Dominique Cosmetics eyeshadows. Well, I used to. I only had the Lemonade palette that I've tried from her, I should say. And I really, really liked that Lemonade palette. It was really, really good quality. And the mattes in there were lovely, like truly lovely. And so, just trying to find a brush, hold please. And so I really have wanted to pick up another one of her palettes, and I haven't actually liked many of the color stories she's ever come out with. And then I've either been on like a low buy or, you know, other palettes have come out that I've, you know, I really wanted a Pat McGrath kick for a while there. Still on it, just have bought everything at this point in time. Anyway, but this one is like, you know, it's kind of that color story that you can use on the everyday. It looks pretty. And I'm interested to see if her quality is still like what I remember and still what I really, really liked. But she hasn't released it on Beautylish yet. If it goes to Beautylish and I do a Beautylish order for something else, then I'll probably pick it up because Beautylish is like free shipping. It's Beautylish, if you're in Australia, by the way, if you haven't tried shopping on it before, get behind it. It's a really good retailer for us. But yeah, what do you guys think about this? I know it's very boring. No one needs it. Has anyone picked it up and what is the quality like? Can you tell me? Because I actually do really like it and I want to try the eyeshadow base because I'm always interested in trying different eye primers. I mean, obviously Pat McGrath released the Bridgerton 2 collection, which is as we speak in Sydney. So I should get it this week. So my review will be up. As soon as I get that collection, I will put the review up. I will literally drop my entire life and film it and get my review up. Because obviously my opinion's the only one that matters. I'm kidding, sarcasm guys, I'm kidding. This video is gonna be so long. I just took 11 minutes doing my my primer and my foundation. I'm sorry you guys, but Settle on in, kids. I'm not really going to talk about this release because I do have it coming and I will go into it in that video, okay? So you're just going to have to subscribe and stay tuned. Lawless released a concealer. Can I get Lawless in Australia, you ask? No, ma'am, I can't. But, you know, when there's a will, there's a way, I'm sure. And I do actually really want to try this, but I'll wait for some reviews. I don't know if it's actually been fully released yet or if it just got released. Yeah, March 29. So, I am very interested in seeing the reviews on this product and what people think and how full coverage, etc. it is, because you know that I'm constantly looking for the concealer for me. You know what I mean? I'm constantly looking for it. So yeah, I'm definitely intrigued to try it. Has anyone tried it yet? What does it say? Creamy blendable formula visibly brightens, contours, blurs, and perfects. Smooth and weightless, hydrating and toning. Has a semi-matte skin-like finish, medium to full coverage. That all sounds very good, but they all do say that they're like crease proof and this and that. And they all say that they're gonna like basically change your life and you're gonna win the lotto and they'll do all your housework for the rest of the years to come, but they never ever do they? So we'll see. We'll see what the reviews say of this particular one, but I'm keen. Let me just quickly go and like blend my concealer out, etc. and then I'll come back and we'll keep going. Hopefully you're still here and still interested. Okay, we're back. All right, M Cosmetics released 2 new blushes. The Veil blushes? Yeah, Glow Radiant Veil blushes. They're amazing, $34 US each. It's like an apricot color. I call that apricot, an apricot color and then a very like baby pink color, and I think that they are beautiful and I want them. I actually went to do a pretty big, I really want to try the M Cosmetics contour stick that they've got, and I went to do an order, but then I was like, look, actually no, I went to do an order and then I ended up doing a Victoria Beckham order, which that review is coming soon, you guys. I filmed it yesterday and oh my lord. Spoiler alert, love absolutely every single thing, and she's my new favorite brand, not even lying. But yeah, I did the Victoria Beckham order instead of the M Cosmetics. So I will do another M Cosmetics order soon because I really want to try, like I said, the contour stick and their cream blushes. And if they're still available, I'll probably pick these up because they're beautiful and I love M Cosmetics. It's definitely one of my favorite brands as well. Next up we have REM Beauty, which is Ariana Grande's brand. Look, again, I don't think her target demographic is exactly like me, you know what I mean? I think she has a demographic and that is her fan base, and that's wonderful. I mean, she's a talented girl. Let's not be, you know, beat around the bush in regards to that, because she is. I just don't think her makeup brand specifically is for me. Look, the packaging's not it for me, and I'll be honest, packaging doesn't make the makeup product itself, I'll give you that, but I can't get past this packaging enough to even try the product because it's hideous and I don't like it at all. I don't like it at all. I also haven't seen the best reviews. I know people are really liking her cream blushes here, so good for her. But yeah, haven't seen the best reviews. Don't know. It just looks cheap to me. I know she's gone for this whole space vibe. It looks cheap to me. It looks cheap to me. I'm sorry if you're an Ariana fan, but this has nothing to do with like her or her talent. She's very gifted musically, clearly, but the brand itself is a no from me. And I just, actually, do yourself a favor and watch Teresa Is Dead's latest, I'm gonna try and remember to link it down below. Watch her latest makeup bingo because my God. Listen, it's the video that the entire internet needs in their life. And when you go, and even if you just watch the part where Teresa talks about REM Beauty, it is just, every single person needs to watch it. It's so funny. It will make your day. It had me howling in laughter. Please go and watch Teresa Is Dead, at least this part of her makeup bingo where she talks about this, because it will honestly make your day. She is so funny. And the way that she talks about it is exactly how I feel about it. It's just, she just does it way better than I do. Did you see that Heather Austin, which if you don't watch Heather Austin, I highly recommend checking her out. She's an awesome YouTuber. Did you see she released a palette with Adept Cosmetics? And I think that that is awesome. And I think that the palette is so awesome. Like, it is definitely something that would 120% be up my alley. Unfortunately, Adept is $55 US to ship to Australia, which is literally the cost of the palette. It's just too expensive for me personally. If I was in the US and I could get this shipped to me, I would 100% pick this palette up. I think it is gorgeous. I think Heather did such an awesome job. I really like it. I think she did such a good job, and Heather's such a sweetheart. She's such a beautiful person and just loves makeup. And I just love, like, you know, that she just loves to put makeup on, and she's glam, and she just doesn't hold back, and she doesn't kind of like just follow all of the, you know, like trends. Like, I think sometimes we can get caught up in, like, as YouTubers, like just constantly following trends with like makeup, and she doesn't seem to do that. She just really stays true to who she is. But anyway, I think that she is amazing, and I think that this is amazing. I would love to try Adept. Honestly, every single eyeshadow palette that Adept releases, I just like curse their name, because you know, it is just too expensive for me to purchase with the shipping. But like, they nail their color stories. They nail their color stories, and I feel like the quality of them is probably pretty good too. I just quickly went and finished up my lower lash line and did my brows, etc. So that's where we're up to. I'll go back to blush now. Okay, did you guys see that Stila Cosmetics released these little like palettes, and they're like a quad eyeshadow with like a lip and cream like cheek product? And when I look at them, my instant reaction is like, no. But when I think about like a makeup wearer, like, 'cause for example, Stila Cosmetics is in our Mecca Cosmetic in here over in Australia, and like I think about like the people, sometimes, like, not sometimes, but a lot of the time someone going into Mecca is probably not someone like me who like owns nearly every single piece of makeup that gets released. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's probably someone that's a lot more reasonable and just wants something quick and easy for the everyday for their makeup wearing. And when I think of it like that, these are actually pretty good, because if you're someone that either just wants like, say, a pop of blue, but also like your neutral and your gold shades and something to wear on the cheek and the lips, like, and throw in your handbag, bada bing, bada boom kind of thing, then I kind of get it. But also I think they probably shot them, I think they could have made these a little bit more like actually neutral, and then like even like it would suit an everyday kind of makeup wearer even further. These are probably even just a smidge bright for, say, like an everyday makeup wearer. But like, yeah, when I think of it like that, I actually can see the value in these and kind of having it all as like a one and done kind of thing. But as someone like, you know, if they were aiming it towards someone like me who's obsessed with makeup and has more makeup than anyone ever could possibly need in the world, you know, I'm not interested. I've got to be honest. It doesn't offer anything new for me. But you know, perspectives, I could see how this has a place, you know? Okay, I'm finished with all of my makeup, so let me go and like do my hair, etc., and then I'll see if there's anything else interesting to talk about. So just a second. Okay, so this is the finished makeup look, if you are wondering. Again, all of the products that I use will be linked in the description box down below for you. The other one that I wanted to talk about is the Hermes lip care oils that they are releasing. $55. So that'll be like 75 Australian dollars. Wow, that's expensive. I hate the packaging. The packaging looks like something you would find in a like Claire's or something in the US. Like, I don't like the packaging, but I'll probably try one. Let's be real, I'll probably try one. I love some Hermes. But did you also see, and I think this is gonna actually drop pretty much any day now, Huda is releasing a faux filter concealer. Doesn't emphasize texture, ideal for sensitive skin, and has medium coverage. Wish it had full coverage, but that's okay, I'll move past it. But I'm, again, very interested in that. I don't mind the faux filter foundation, the re-release one. I really like that she re-released that foundation without fragrance. I really appreciate it. And I wish that she would re-release her Easy Bake powders with no fragrance. That would make me really happy, because if she just took the fragrance out of that package, that would honestly be one of my best powders ever. It's really good, but all of these scars from that product. Let's leave this here. I feel like this is already going to be an extremely long video. So hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully I wasn't too harsh for you. I do tend to get really unfiltered, especially when I'm doing my makeup and talking about it at the same time, because I then also can't think about filtering myself any. So hopefully I didn't do too bad. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you just had some fun, even at the, you know, at the best of times you just had a little giggle with me. Anyway, let me know what you think down below. Let me know if there's anything you're picking up or anything you absolutely hate. I really do love chatting to you guys. I'm sorry, I'm so behind on comments. I'm really trying to get through them, and I appreciate every single comment so much, trust me, and I will get to it, but just bear with me. Just bear with me, but trust me, I see it and I will answer it. I promise you. I do love talking to you guys in the comments a lot. If you made it till this point, you're a legend, first of all, because it was a long one and probably a weird one. And if you are here, please make sure you've given the video a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I hope that you truly have an amazing day wherever you are in the world, and I will see you next time. Bye. I mean, I could be wrong. Jesus. Oh, I just got concealer all in my hair. This is off to a great start already. Oh, there's that brush. But